that, what a fantastic view. Very nicely evenly spread, everyone's playing it very safe today on the start. Nerves will be very high at this point.
Naples, and there in the centre is the Extremeboat.com, who are arch rivals in the championship, of which the Rossioli Hotels boat is currently leading, as we ride on board with Mike Shelton and Jackie Hunt inside Extremeboat.com as the Evolution class start to pull away now.
Yeah.
With Mike Shelton and Jackie Hunt at Extremeboat.com, and here's something for you to have a look at. You can see the compass, obviously giving you the direction on the course. Now the little blipping yellow that you can see is actually vertical G, and below that we've got kilometres an hour. So keep your eyes on that when you see it, and that's Outer Limits, Lucas Oils. So we see a good shot again of Lucas Oils and King of Shaves.
Absolutely fantastic.
And King of Shaves just powering on that boat, just looking absolutely fantastic. And I think they're threatening to run away with us again.
Yeah, they've certainly got a good lead. What can we say? A beautiful boat, a perfect team, great backup on the shore. They've got some fantastic engineers. Steve Lawrence is from the Victory team, so he's got vast experience, and they've got a great team behind them with the Ilmor engines as well.
They'd been planning to come into this series for quite some time, but they actually got it together very, very quickly.
Well, they did, because I actually heard that at the Miami Boat Show in this year, in February, they were spurred on by the opposition, which was actually Outer Limits. They weren't actually going to come into this class this year, but when they heard Outer Limits were going to P1, they thought, haha, we need to get in there and fight the battle with them.
Wetpunk.com in third place. OSG are right behind them now in fourth. Cangiano and Carpitella pushing on as hard as they can and getting a lot of spray there.
Yeah, they'll be in the wash there at Wetpunk.com. Not a good place to be in, but he's going to be trying to find some cleaner water, and that's exactly what he's doing here, trying to get that cleaner line round. He knows he's got the speed in that OSG boat.
And there's no doubting about the speed in that Fountain Worldwide boat either. I just find it so incredible how they've got that together so quickly and just so competitive. Again, with the crew, with so little experience of driving with each other.
A little experience driving with each other, but Craig Wilson and James Shepherd, vast experience between the two of them.
Super and there's the Sunseeker Challenge, the team,
Whoa!
The number 11 boat, and I think that is what they call a hook.
Yeah, that definitely was a hook. I would imagine that they were taking that buoy as tight as that, and look at that, what fantastic team camaraderie there. I think they were taking that buoy probably as tight as they could, possibly fell into a hole with a little, wash and mess from the other boats, hooked it, threw each other very violently into each other into the boat. But look at that, shake of the fists, high five, and they're off again.
On board with the boat we've just been looking at from the outside, Wetpunk.com, and
problem.
And OSG in third place, and they've moved up a place because of that problem with Lucas Oil's Outer Limits. And these guys the whole team just worked so hard to get this boat back ready for this race. And Butsy Bullets 3, the Super Sport class, those are our leaders. The team very pleased because they picked up a big sponsor, and that's going to help them. And the crew of Drew Langton and Jan Fikowski working together very closely as they continue on.
They said actually to me in an interview earlier that their relationship in the boat is like brothers. They know exactly what the other one's thinking before they do it. I think that was lovely. It was a really lovely way to put it.
And that's Extremeboat, which is in fourth place, has dropped back, so I'm anticipating some sort of problem with that boat.
I would say a serious problem, and those crews will not be happy. Jackie Hunt and Mike Shelton and their
Evolution class, and that's inside the new arrival this round. Leader and the overall leader in this race, the King of Shaves, and this Ilmor powered boat has just continued to push on and has pulled out an even greater lead over its nearest rivals.
This is truly a masterclass in driving and a throttling technique. James Shepherd and Craig Wilson have got this down to a fine art. I would say they've got such a lead at the moment that they're actually probably being able to just pull those engines back a little bit and go for a safe journey home.
Style of powerboat P1, and that is the Cerex team. New to the round, they're with us for the rest of the championship. Brand new boat to them, and they just wanted to finish. That was their main aim this weekend, and they're currently in 6th place and getting to grips with that brand new boat for them.
Another Fountain Boat 42, looking lovely and doing very, very well considering this is their first race. They seem to be a little calmer now in the cockpit there, which is good to see, but driving very, very well.
got Kurt Prufert closest to the camera, and Siegfried Grieve, who was steering the boat. And there's the Sunseeker crew. We saw that hook, the little 360 spin earlier on, but they're continuing on now.
Andy Wilby and Gavin Brown, a lot of experience to these races. I've actually raced myself with Gavin Brown. He's a very, very good racer and good on the engineers as well. He's actually a qualified race engineer. You can see there, he's throttling, Andy Wilby steering. Not a lot of communication between the two of them. It doesn't really need to happen.
Very close together, OSG and Wetpunk.com, and OSG have just taken second place and are pulling away very quickly, Shelley.
OSG did this in Naples. They suddenly found this vast amount of speed. I was talking to Giancarlo and he said to me that the boat, as if it's a person, seems to find its own life and suddenly go into speed. That is obvious.
Super Sport class, this is second and third, and Sunlick Beer are holding that position in third place behind Roscioli Hotels, and second and third. Oh, Martin. Oh,
that was a close one, but very, very well held by Martin and Andreas there. They are pushing that boat so hard, and they are not going to give up. I reckon they're going to get them in the end.
Well, here's an onboard view, a replay of that incident that we've just seen from the helicopter shot, and you can see how they get shaken around. And now they're being lapped by OSG, the red 88 boat, just coming up alongside them.
Actually, in Sunlick Beer and Roscoglio Hotels, they're actually running exactly the same engine packages. They're both running Mercruiser 525 EFI engines, and look at the closeness there. Sunlick is gaining them all the time. Fast.
Where is that speed, that closing speed we saw there? Where's that coming from?
Martin is just trimming that boat to the absolute limit. He's done hours of practice in this boat. I've known him for many years, and he is trimming it and getting it just to run a little bit more even. Martin style, throttles right forward. He will not back off for anything.
That's one absolutely fantastic sight.
And I love that hunched forward, you know, sort of moment there where he's just not going to let go.
As we go back to the Chaldron 2 boats, the Porto Masso Chaldron with Aaron and Audrienne, and back once again to our race leader. That just looks so beautiful. Craig Wilson and James Shepherd are just already celebrating, I think. They know the helicopter's there.
Craig Wilson has obviously got massive experience in this. He actually test drives all the fountain boats for all the customers as they hand them over, and he's got 3 generations of family in the Fountain Worldwide factory there.
Extremeboat.com in the Super Sport class and Sunseeker Challenge. This is 6th and 7th place, so we know that the Extreme Boat has got some pretty serious problems. They've dropped right back from being in contention for the class to 6th place and being caught. And
look at the attitude in that cockpit. Mike has got his arm on the side. They're just going for a finish, get some points. Jackie looks very miserable, I have to say.
No miserable people inside this boat, though. They're heading for their 3rd victory. And King of Shaves, what are other people going to do to try and catch this boat? I have no idea.
I don't know either, Chris. They've got it set up beautifully. It's running very, very well. I mean, they're actually putting no effort into that there at all. They are just cruising home for the checkered flag.
And I think that's the boat that'll be on most people's shopping list at the moment if they're looking out to buy a new one. And they're heading towards the checkered flag. Their 3rd victory is just about to be confirmed. They will see the checkered flag being brought out and waved in front of them now, and I'm sure there'll be some cheers and yelps inside that cockpit as well as on shore from the team, and they have done it. And very well deserved too. So around they go now, just knocking off the Super Sport class, with Butsy Bullet and Sunlick Beer receiving time penalties and dropping a place. That meant that Roscioli Hotels Roma become the Super Sport winners. King of Shaves looking very strong again this weekend, and OSG lead by 10 points from Wetpunk.com. OSG are 3rd, and Lucas Oil's Outer Limits 4th. Prop problems cost Extreme Boat dearly, and they are another 40 points behind in 3rd.